here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about inductive reasoning. And the definition to inductive reasoning is reasoning that uses a number of specific examples to arrive at a conclusion. Let's go back to that word reasoning. What does reasoning mean? Well, here's what reasoning is. So when you're young, you reach up, you grab the stove when it's on. What happens?
Burn.
It burns, don't it? It burns your hand. Let me ask you this. Do you keep, as a little kid, reaching up there and grabbing it?
Nah.
What do you learn?
Learn not
You
don't
learn
touch
don't touch a hot stove, don't you? And it only takes
One
one time. That is reasoning. Okay? That is reasoning. So it is something that teaches a conclusion. So I know that if I touch the stove when it's hot, I'm going to arrive that the conclusion is that I'm going to get my hand burned. Please be quiet. Okay? A conjecture is a concluding statement that is reached using inductive reasoning. It is an educated fact. How many of you ever heard of educated guess? What's an educated guess? I look at the facts and I come up with a conclusion, don't I?
Yeah.
Can that conclusion be correct? Yes. Can that conclusion be wrong?
Yes.
Correct. But an educated fact now is always correct. Okay? That stove's hot. If I touch it, I'm going to what? Burn my hands. That is a fact. Okay? And it always will be correct. Okay? Has everybody got that?
Yes.
All right. Today, our lesson is inductive reasoning. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to establish a pattern. That's what we're going to induct. Okay? Our conjecture today is to come up with the next number in that pattern. Okay? It is not difficult. It is not hard. Pay attention. Here we go. Let's start with this first example. First example, my numbers that are given to me is 2, 4, 12, 48, 240. I have to use inductive reasoning to come up with a pattern. My first inductive reasoning is this. Those numbers are growing, aren't they? They are getting larger. So I know right now that I'm not subtracting and I'm not dividing. Because anytime you subtract, what happens to the numbers? They get smaller. Anytime you divide, what happens to the numbers? They get smaller. Okay? So I'm either using addition or multiplication. Let's start with addition first. To go from 2 to 4, how many do I add? I add plus 2, right? To go from 4 to 12, what do I get? I got to add 8, right? To go from 12 to 48, what I got to do? Add 36, right? Do you see a pattern there?
No.
No, you do not. So let's go to multiplication and see if there is a different pattern. All right, so to go from 2 to 4, what do I multiply by?
2.
2. You multiply by 2, right? To go from 4 to 12, what do I multiply by? 3. To go from 12 to 48, what do I multiply by?
You guessing 4?
Now you're guessing it right, Jamar. To multiply from 48 to 240, what do I multiply by?
5.
I bet it's 5. Do you see a pattern there?
Yeah.
So you have induced that the pattern is 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the next one going to be?
6.
Times 6. Now I'm going to use a conjecture to find my next number in the pattern. And I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator that nobody has. And I'm going to multiply 240 times 6. And I'm going to get what? Here, I'll help you out. 1440. That's my next number in the pattern. So I've used inductive reasoning to find the pattern. And I've used a conjecture to find the next number in the pattern. And that's how I do these problems. Okay? Let's look at this problem. 1, 3, 9, 27, 81. Find the next number in the pattern. Okay, so I'm going to use inductive reasoning. Are these numbers getting bigger?
Yeah.
So what are we not doing? We're not subtracting and we're not dividing. Okay, so I'm either adding or multiplying. Let's look at add first. To get from 1 to 3, I add 2.
Yeah.
To get from 3 to 9, I add 3.
Yeah.
To get from here to here, I add 2. To get from here to here, I add 6. To get from here to here, I add what? I add 8.
Wait, what?
What do you do? 27 minus 9 is what? Good Lord. Here, I'm gonna grab the calculator. One hand it to her. I'm gonna grab one of you. You get 18? Yeah. 18? You see a pattern there?
No.
You don't see a pattern, do you? Okay? So let's go with multiplication. Here we go. To get from 1 to 3, what do you multiply by? 6? 3. Times 3. To get from 3 to 9, what do you multiply by?
3.
To get from 9 to 27, what do you multiply by? 3.
What?
What are you seeing here? To get from 27 to 81, what do you multiply by?
I guess 3.
I guess you're right. So to get to my next number, what am I going to multiply 81 by? 3. And you're going to get 243. So I've used inductive reasoning to find my pattern, and I've used a conjecture to find my next number in my pattern. Please be quiet. All right? See if y'all can find the pattern there and find the next number in the pattern on the last one. Got big, and then what happened to it?
It got small.
It got small,
And it got big.
and then it got big.
I guess it gets smaller.
Watch this. Negative, positive, negative, positive. What's this next number gonna be?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Watch this. You can add what there? You can add negative 15, or,
Negative 10.
excuse me, you can add positive 15 to get there. You can add negative 30 to get there. You can add,
Positive 20.
how about positive 60 to get there? Y'all see a pattern there? I don't see a pattern there either, okay? Let's see multiplication and see what we get. Negative 5 to 10, what do I multiply by? Negative 2. To get from 10 to negative 20, what do I multiply by? Let's try negative 2. To get from negative 20 to positive 40, what do I multiply by? And Jamar, what do you think this last one's gonna be? Times negative 2, correct? What's 40 times negative 2?
80.
Negative 80. So it's about finding patterns. Again, we used inductive reasoning to find the pattern, and then we wrote the conjecture is the next number in the pattern. Okay? And that's what today's lesson is about. Okay? Your assignment today is to go on Canvas and go to modules and do day 1, unit 2. Unit 2, day 1. Okay?